Hey guys, welcome back to Main Street Living. Danielle, as we continue to celebrate AAPI Heritage Month, one thing that stands out is how broad and diverse the AAPI community is, right? And also, like how much the group as a whole has impacted our country too.
That's right. And the AAPI communities in Orange County, California have focused on making their region better by staying active in leadership roles and staying civically engaged. Take a look at part two of the Orange County Grantmakers video series spotlighting the AAPI population in their community.
The Asian American and Pacific Islander communities in Orange County are the fastest growing population, and they're quite large. We represent about 25% of the county, or nearly 800,000 community members. The Asian American and Pacific Islander communities were really engaged in voting in this past election and in many elections before, but in particular this past year, we saw a rapid increase in the number who are registered to vote as well as voting. And one of the key issues that really motivated people to vote was the anti-Asian racism that had come out of the pandemic. During the pandemic, there was a lot of scapegoating of Asian Americans. A lot of blame were placed on community members, and so it greatly impacted our community. Many seniors were afraid to come out. They're afraid to go to the grocery store. They're afraid to leave their homes. They felt like they might be attacked. We saw youth being bullied at schools, and many businesses ended up not being able to stay open or closed because people wouldn't go to the businesses or would blame them. And so the Asian American racism that had been occurring really took a toll on the community. And we saw an increase of 9,000 hate incidents and hate crimes within a year, and it was the largest ever for our communities. And also, we just saw so many community members really interested in becoming civically engaged. In Orange County, for example, we had a number of Asian Americans run for office and actually win office. And so you see more community members wanting to be civically engaged, getting involved in the community, and giving back, to their cities, their counties, and their school districts.
So the foundation with regards to civic engagement starts within the home. Learning your place within the family unit, then learning your place within the larger community itself. But within the home, language is spoken often, if not fluently. There are definitely words interjected into daily conversation, but the cultural practice of decision making that is for the family unit and for the community as a whole, collectivism is very, very important in Pacific Islander communities. So that is the basic for decision making. And when you talk about civic engagement, it's these ideas of kuleana, which is a Hawaiian word describing purpose, responsibility, your privilege to do what is your destiny, your calling in life. And so for us as Pacific Islander Health Partnership, we are constantly monitoring and watching our community for those that show interest and rise towards particular affinities. The reason that we are constantly scanning the environment, scanning our communities to understand where people's interests are, where their passions and their hobbies lie, and how we can bring that all together for them to realize their full destiny of who they want to be and what they want to practice, and be contributing citizens for their groups as well.
Wow, Danielle. One thing I noticed that the pandemic was so tough on so many Americans, right? And when you include racism, there's another level of struggle that so many, such as those in the AAPI community, may have felt.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's heartbreaking to see, but it's glad to see that people are rising above that situation and creating some positive change from it. You can find more information or watch the full video series at ocgrantmakers.org. Coming up, if you are looking for a new career, we have options for you. Don't go anywhere.